Back in September, we found out that Ribbit actually has a huge backstory that the voice actors already know, which can only mean one thing. They've seen that part of the script. With just one casually dropped line, it was basically confirmed that Ribbit will appear in the new episode, and her story is going to shock us big time. So today we're going to focus entirely on Ribbit, her past, why she became so close to Jax, what really caused her abstraction, what kind of person she actually was, and try to uncover one of the biggest mysteries in the amazing digital circus right now. Is there really a chance that Ribbit is still alive, hiding inside another body while everyone believes she's been trapped in the cellar of the circus all this time? First, let's try to understand why the theory about Ribbit hypothetically fooling everyone and still being inside the digital circus even appeared in the first place. Ever since the pilot, fans have been dying to see the return of one of the old characters, and honestly, that would have been huge for the story and really exciting to watch. But with every new episode, the creators kept making it clearer and clearer that this was never going to happen. Then in episode 5, a chain of pretty weird events gave fans at least a small spark of hope that this long-standing dream might actually come true. First, we got a very deliberate shot of that strange mannequin, then a mention, and later a reveal of Ribbit's appearance. And by the end of the episode, it was stated outright that this mannequin is going to play a huge role in the digital circus. Because of all that, a lot of fans started seriously considering the idea that Ribbit might actually still be alive, hiding inside the mannequin's body this whole time, quietly watching everyone and waiting for the perfect moment to return. And since we now know how big and important her backstory really is, that theory only got stronger in the minds of digital circus fans. Whether you believe it or not is totally up to you, but while I used to lean toward thinking this theory was more likely true than not, over time I've realized there's about a 90% chance Ribbit really did turn into an abstracted monster, and that Kane sent her straight to the cellar. I'd really love to hear what you guys think about this one in the comments. Our next step is figuring out who this mysterious character really is, and that's where things start getting seriously Stranger Things. First off, take a close look at Ribbit's appearance. Now look at Pomni. Then back at Ribbit. And again at Pomni. Don't you think it's a little weird that out of all the characters in the digital circus, only these two share one very specific detail, that reddish blush on their cheeks? This fact, along with the idea that Pomni was originally planned to be a frog, something hinted at not only in certain concept arts but even inside the digital circus itself, kinda proves that Pomni is a reflection of Ribbit. I'm already working on a detailed video about this theory, so for now, let's just stick to the main point. Based on all these clues, we can actually understand what kind of character Ribbit was just by looking at how Pomni behaves. By that same logic, we can also understand why Jax chose Ribbit as his best friend. She's fun, sees reality for what it is, and never tries to act like someone she's not. And considering Jax's philosophy, doing that is just lame. That's exactly why he treats Regatha the way he does, but that's a topic for another time. Like I already said, most likely Ribbit is now in the cellar of the digital circus, and we know for sure that her abstraction was directly connected to Jax and his worldview. It's obvious the process took a long time since we roughly understand when Ribbit first entered the circus, way before Kaufmo, Zubul, and Gangle, and also have official confirmation that Ribbit abstracted before Kaufmo, whose abstraction was shown in the pilot episode. Since this process lasted quite a while, it'd be really interesting to analyze how it all unfolded, starting from her friendship with Jax and ending with her tragic fate in the digital circus. There were tons of different theories about what really went down with Ribbit, but episode 5 was only the start of that story. Then in episode 6, we got some more hints about this character, and that's where things got real crazy, because in that same scene we also saw Kaufmo's door, and Jax, at least to me, seemed mad when he saw it, while his reaction to Ribbit's door was totally different. And if we bring back that parallel with Pomni, it's easy to see Ribbit was originally a real friendly and kind of character. But after meeting him, a lot of things changed. In one of my vids, I already told y'all how Jax used to have talks like that with Ribbit.
Whether we like it or not, all we are now is a bunch of cartoon characters. So what's the point of pretending we're not?
We're still people, though, right?
I thought we were at first, but as time goes on, we just end up falling into our archetypes, become part of the machine.
In the context of today's topic, it's crazy important to remember these words from Jax.
I do not care about you or anyone else in this circus in the slightest. End of story.
Now we get that all this stuff Jax says is just him trying to, keep up his mask that protects him from the nasty consequences that sooner or later are gonna mess with this bunny big time. On top of that, Jax does all this to keep everyone at a distance, and even though it's straight up fallout from losing his best friend, we can see that the seeds of this kind of behavior probably already existed in Jax back when he was friends with Ribbit. The bunny was living in the digital circus even before Ribbit showed up, and probably already witnessed a few other characters get abstracted. After getting close to Ribbit, Jax did everything he thought was right, not just to avoid turning into that kind of creature himself, but also to save his best friend from the same fate. On one hand, Jax was helping his friend, but I feel like it actually just made Ribbit's life harder. Still, because of her strong attachment to Jax, she couldn't say a word. Ribbit lived by the rules Jax set for her, totally ignoring her own wants, and even though she had fun sometimes, pretending like that slowly started driving the little frog insane. For a while, she kept listening to her so-called more experienced mentor, convinced it was the only way to survive in this digital space. Imagine being in Ribbit's shoes. You're naturally a kind soul, and for some reason, you end up in a place so unreal that you could literally lose your mind in a second. It's scary at first, but over time you start interacting with the others, and things seem kinda okay. Then Jax shows up and starts laying out everything that happened before you got here, and of course you freak out. He tells you there's this thing called an abstracted monster, and bit by bit, you start noticing more and more rooms of characters who've gone through it. After all that, your best friend tells you to find your archetype and then everything will be fine, so you listen and slowly start living that way. But we all remember what kind of character Ribbit really is, and now think back to like Jax's entertainment.
Hi! I'm a New Zealand extremist, and I don't know what New Zealanders threaten people with.
Ribbit totally knew this wasn't how it should be, but with Jax constantly preaching at her, she had no choice but to listen and do the same. This went on day after day, and slowly, Ribbit started noticing changes in herself. With each day, it just got worse and worse, and in the end, we all know where that led. By protecting her, Jax only ended up hurting his friend, and that's exactly why he's scared to make any new real friends.
We make such a good team. We could just be winners as a team.
We're not a team, come on.
What do you mean? Yes, we are.
Delusional.
Weren't we kind of bonding over being chaotic evil together?
I was merely entertaining you because I thought it was funny.
I think he totally gets that Ribbit turning into an abstracted monster is completely on him, and that pain just keeps crushing down on Jax harder and harder every single day. Let's get this out of the way right away. The chance of Ribbit showing up as the actual living character we know is basically zero. After episode 5, I had this theory that that weird mannequin could be Ribbit, but honestly, the more I think about it now, the less I buy into that. However, the fact that Ribbit is definitely going to play a major role in the new episode is already basically 100% confirmed. I'm totally sure that in episode 7 we'll see Jax's memories where Ribbit is the key character. That's where we'll learn the full truth about what really went down with her and what's got me hyped just as much. They'll show us Jax before he turned into such a jerk.